accident in thunderstorms moved through the area earlier, just about an hour ago. Some pretty dark clouds as Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis joins us now. And you were just mentioning to me on the radar, you can see that front very well now.
Yeah, the front moving through, a change in the humidity on the way. Let's take a look at what's going on this evening from our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And you can see that line approaching Cooperstown. That is part of the cold front. We are tracking a few lingering thunderstorms with these. These are out towards Arietta, Caroga, heading towards Wells, Hope, and passing over Lake Pleasant. But in general, the weather is expected to dry out as we head into this evening. We're already seeing a drop in the dew point. Current temperature 79 degrees, the dew point 67. It's still pretty humid out there, but the dew point was close to 70 just an hour ago. And we are tracking skies clearing out tonight. Looks like a cooler day for Sunday, but beautiful day. Temperatures in the low 80s. The humidity is back along with the heat as we head into next week. Mostly sunny this evening. The breeze continues. Again, pleasant conditions, cooler tonight than last night. We're tracking some active weather as we head into next week. Look at the forecast that's coming out. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much. Vernon Downs annual expected to gain strength tomorrow before slamming into the U.S. as a possible Category 1 hurricane. The storm is expected to bring damaging winds, life-threatening storm surge, and dangerous flooding to South Texas. The storm has already wreaked havoc across the Caribbean, killing at least 9 people. Jen Sullivan is tracking the storm's path and has details on how Texas is preparing.
Tropical storm Beryl tearing through Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula Friday, bringing damaging winds, storm surge, and heavy rain, turning these roads into rivers. Beryl is now on track to hit South Texas late Sunday or early Monday. Voluntary evacuation orders are already underway for several counties along the Texas coast, and tropical storm warnings have been issued. The National Hurricane Center predicting it will upgrade to a Category 1 hurricane before slamming into the Lone Star State, which would make it the first storm of the 2024 Atlantic season to make landfall in the U.S.
There's a lot of uncertainty still.
In Galveston, the Office of Emergency Management is closely monitoring the storm's path. Some areas along the coast could see up to 10 inches of rain, according to the National Hurricane Center.
Hurricanes are unpredictable, so to be on the safe side, it's always better to be prepared and have your evacuation plans set.
And in Corpus Christi, businesses along the water are already laying down sandbags to keep storm surge out.
We're going to get the storm surge, we know, coming off the bay, but we're also going to get the flooding. This end of North Beach is notorious for flooding.
Beryl has already caused catastrophic damage across the Caribbean, particularly in Jamaica and Grenada.
Hurricane Beryl has essentially wiped out 2 islands. We are literally going to be rebuilding from scratch. We are talking everything from electricity to telecommunications.
Earlier this week, Beryl became the earliest Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic on record. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The radio personality who interviewed President
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Tracking a cold front that is moving through the area now. It's lowering our risk for storms for the remainder of this evening. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We do have some activity that's moving into the Adirondacks. Speculator, Lake Pleasant getting some showers and thunderstorms. These are moving into central Fulton County, and this line that extends down towards Cooperstown is not rain, but rather wind. Our Doppler radar is picking up on a shift in wind, and the leading edge of it is creating this feature that's where we find our cold front. On the other side of the front, we're starting to notice a drop in the humidity, and that will take place for the remainder of this evening. We're going to see more comfortable weather here as we head into Sunday. Live look at downtown Utica, 79 degrees. It was ominous earlier today. This picture taken right outside the television studio at around 5 o'clock. All those storms rolling through, they looked worse than they actually performed. Some gusty winds, some locally heavy rain across areas north of the Mohawk Valley. The humidity will drop in the wake of this cold front, but it's temporary. The humidity is back on Monday, and then it gets hot and very humid on Tuesday. Small break in the humidity again Wednesday before it surges again as we head into the end of the week. We're going to get into this pattern where we're going to have a lot more humid days ahead, but we will also get a couple of breaks. The heat index climbs back to 90 for Monday and Tuesday, a break in the humidity for Wednesday, and then it turns hot and humid again as we head into Thursday and Friday. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 86 degrees, Barneveld with a rain shower, cooling down to 70. Across Southern Valleys, Westford 83, and Worcester, Carroll with 86. Again, this cold front moves through. The weather quieting down as we head into tonight. We're going to keep an eye on Beryl, a tropical storm expected to make landfall in Texas as a Category 1 hurricane. The leftovers of Beryl may try to squeeze their way into the eastern half of the country late next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight, cooler overnight lows in the 60s. A beautiful Sunday, partly sunny skies, noticeably less humid, temperatures in the lower 80s. Heading into tomorrow night, the weather remains dry, and it's looking hot and humid here as we head into Monday. Clear and cooler tonight, low of 63. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Monday looks dry, close to 90. Tuesday, showers and thunderstorms late, 88. It's cooler Wednesday, showers 78, and then a chance of thunderstorms, and it turns very humid as we get into the end of next week. We'll be right back.
Cardis.
Good evening, Ben. Good evening, everyone. We're tracking a drop in the humidity as we head into tomorrow. That means skies clear out tonight, and it will be more comfortable for sleeping. Overnight lows are expected to drop into the low 60s, so about 10 degrees cooler than it was last night. A beautiful Sunday is expected. Sunshine, temperatures in the low 80s, and again, the biggest change, a nice and temporary drop in the humidity. We are expecting the heat and humidity to return beginning Monday, and for the most part, we'll be dealing with this more often than not as we head into next week. Clear, cooler tonight, a low temperature of 63. We are tracking a very warm and humid week ahead. And look at the forecast is coming up. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much. Vernon Downs.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A hot and humid day today with the heat index that felt near 90. As we head into the next couple of days, we do get a nice break in the high humidity for tomorrow. It's still a warm day, but the drop in humidity will take the edge off. Humidity is back in stages. Monday, it starts to rise. We'll notice high levels of humidity by Tuesday, and then it starts to drop again Wednesday. For the most part, we deal with a lot of humidity as we look ahead to the next 7 days. Factoring in the humidity, this is a look at the expected heat index as we head throughout the week. Tomorrow, again, with lower humidity, it feels like the air temperature 83. Monday, Tuesday, air temperatures climb into the upper 80s, but with the humidity, it feels more like low 90s. So those are the days you're going to want to just take it easy if you're going to be outdoors. Wednesday, cooler, and then we're back into heat indices in the upper 80s by Thursday. Ominous skies earlier today as a cold front rolled through. This was a look at just outside the TV station shortly after 5 o'clock. Some wind with these storms that came through north of the Mohawk Valley, but for the most part, they looked worse than they performed. So you look at the radar and satellite image, we have a cold front that is now to the east, and our weather will continue to dry out as we head into tonight and tomorrow. We're continuing to keep an eye on Beryl. It's expected to become a hurricane and make landfall in southern Texas. The long-range projections bring this storm into the east by late next week. Of course, by that point, this storm will be completely fallen apart, but it does bring some humidity with it, and that could bring some higher humidity and the potential of some heavier rainfall into the northeast and mid-Atlantic by the end of next week. Something we'll be keeping a close eye on. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. You can open up the windows tonight, turn off the air conditioner. Tomorrow, sunshine and pleasant. Temperatures climb into the low 80s, a light breeze. Tomorrow night, the weather remains quiet. We're down into the 60s again. Monday, warm, actually very warm. Temperatures make a run into the upper 80s. and the humidity will be on the rise as we head into Tuesday. Clear, cooler tonight, low of 63. Tomorrow, partly sunny, pleasant, temperatures in the low 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Hot and humid Monday and Tuesday. Monday looks dry. Storms expected late Tuesday. Showers Wednesday, cooler 78. Showers and thunderstorms return with higher levels of humidity on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.